everyone, it's Lainey and welcome to my channel. I am sipping on a tea. Are you guys sipping on anything? Leave it down below. I hope your day is going great. I got to spend some time with a friend today. Our kiddos played. It was nice to get out of the house. I don't even know if these fragrances I have in front of me are actually what was on my last tray. I could go back and watch my video, but I'm not going to. I'm pretty sure what happened was I made a tray in September and I think the majority of these were on there besides maybe one. I traveled in September. The month of October has been crazy. If you're American, you could be like me. We met our deductible. So we now are trying to fit in every appointment we can until the end of the year. So we've just had appointment after appointment after appointment between me, my hubby, my daughter. It's just been crazy. And so in October, I've just been using up samples and I have filmed that video to talk about them. I used up a bunch, which was really exciting, and I will link it down below for you guys to check out. Make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. Join the fam, you won't regret it, and let's just get going. Okay, so I will talk quickly through these because honestly it's probably been well over a month since I've used any of them, but I know the majority of these pretty well. Kayali Yum Pistachio. I don't know what it is, you guys. I just am not grooving with this thing like I used to. It's just gotten spicier and sweeter and I'm just not loving a lot of gourmands anymore. Who am I? And what am I going to do with like 80% of my collection? It's kind of sad. I just don't love super sweet fragrances now. Skylar Boardwalk Delight. It is lovely. It's very cotton candy, but again, like right now, it smells so sweet to me that I'm like, oh, I don't want to wear that. Reserve Skin. Clean Reserve Skin. Excuse me. I do like this fragrance. I like how musky it is, but I just have the hardest time picking this up on myself. I actually went outside and just sprayed it like crazy because I do think what was in the tube was kind of old and stale, and it did get better, but I do wish it had a bit more oomph. I'm kind of curious about the Skin Intense. I would like to get my nose on that when it comes to Sephora. Juliette Has a Gun. Juliette, a very kind of woody, a little creamy floral cherry. I actually do really like this. It could come across a little medicinal with the type of cherry, but I do feel like that tones down, and I do think it's a nice fragrance. Kind of gives me a soda pop vibe. I found myself really enjoying Glossier Reve, which is a bit surprising because I found her lackluster at first, but my nose is shifting, and this is kind of that right amount of gourmand. It's not super duper sweet, but there is still kind of this like frosting cakey vibe in there. There's also this really nice warmth. So I actually did really like this, and I actually think it would be really good for November. So like I might consider putting that back on. Another one that I loved when I first got it, like had to have it, and now I never find myself wanting to reach for it. Valentino Donna Born in Rome Intense. Very amber heavy. Very, but also very powdery. It is really pretty, and I do feel like now, again, this is one I should have put on a more November, December, January tray. I feel like this does kind of need the colder months. When it was still so warm in September and early October, it just kind of was too much. It's fairly rich. It's a pretty potent fragrance. One that I think my daughter stuck on here the other day that is actually like a love. I really do like this. This is Fusion by Paris Corner, which is a dupe of Kayali, is it Candied Lychee? Something lychee. This is so fruity, yummy, and like super happy, which I love. I actually really like to wear this at the gym. It's like very fruity and awakening, but I don't feel like it's gonna bother anybody around me. One that I love, and I also feel like it shines the colder it is, so this would be another good one to put back on a tray in the winter. Montale Mukhallat. I do love this fragrance. This is a very syrupy almond strawberry, a playful, almost like a little kind of artificial plasticky, but there's something about it that I really love, and when I have worn this, I do get compliments. Melon Kiss is really nice by Navitus, and I don't hear a lot about it. I really enjoy the honeydew note in here a lot. It brings in a really pretty fruitiness, but in a very unique way. You don't see honeydew often, and honeydew to me is kind of a creamy fruit, and when they're ripe, they are so delicious. This also is like a creamed honey vibe in there. It does go pretty honey, so if you don't like a honey note, I don't think you will like this. But honestly, this is really nice. I think this could work all year. I can see it working in the warmer months, but also in the cooler months. One that I really love, like I really do love this. This is kind of that perfect sweet fragrance for me right now. Navitus Kind Intentions. This is sunshine in a bottle with a whole lot of vanilla and like a dry hay or grass note. So it's kind of green, but also kind of dry. I know that sounds weird, but it's not like fresh grass that you like break and you see the little water spritz happen. It's like it goes when you break it. It's very dry. But there's something about this that I find totally addictive. If you like Baccarat, I think you would like this. They do not smell alike at all, but there's something about the way the sweetness and vanilla play in the air that are like similar vibes. They're not sisters, they're not cousins, they're not even related. It's just something about the way they play in the air. I love this fragrance, and it never got a lot of hype, and I feel like it should have. I think there might be a seaweed note in there that a lot of people do not love, but I think it's really nice in there, honestly. It worked. Dama Bianca, I got the little bottle because she's real expensive. I do love Dama Bianca, and she does kind of shine right now where it's not cold out yet, but it is definitely not warm. It's great in these gloomy days because she just makes you feel happy. She's such a fairy princess, and I love her for it. So that is the October tray. September tray. The October samples will be linked down below. I'm gonna go put these away and then go through my collection. I always for November am thinking Thanksgiving vibes, cold weather vibes, cozy in the house vibes, because your girl likes to hibernate as soon as the temperatures drop. I don't do cold weather. You're probably like, why do you live in the Midwest? I ask myself this same question every winter. Okay, I have made some selections here. Let's start with body sprays. Had to. Frensche. Moon Milk. I have a full bottle on backup. I love this. It smells like a creamy, spicy, warm, cozy chai tea latte, and I love her. Cashmere Vanilla by Frensche. I honestly don't like this. I get kind of a plasticky, Play-Doh-y vanilla. I have other vanillas I love so much more, but I'm trying to use it. I would not repurchase it. A vanilla that I love. This is probably one of my favorites in my collection, you guys. There is something unreal addictive about Sol de Janeiro. I can't get the cap on. Number 59. This is the creamiest, yummiest sandalwood vanilla combo ever, and I think it projects really well for a body spray. I can't wait to wear it. I went with 3 travel sprays because I want to use them up. They're all 3 things I really like, but I'm just again trying to get through things, trying to use things up. And this is Heavenly Hibiscus by Julianna's, which smells like Hibiscus Mahjad. Really lovely, classy fragrance. Amor Por Italia, which smells like Italica, and it really does smell very similar. I've just found that Italica isn't my favorite fragrance, so I'll use it up, but I would not need a full bottle of that. I love, if you want a spicy, kind of dark, romantic fragrance, Time for Romance, which smells like Minuit Demi, and honestly, very similar. It has a lovely pimento note, but you gotta like a little spicy. Then I went with some of my dupe houses. I have Oakcha Heaven Speak, which smells like Killian's Angel Share. And to me, this is a total Thanksgiving fragrance. Boozy, vanilla. There's almost something a little fruity in there, but in a very boozy way, if that makes sense. And then Alt, I found this at TJ Maxx, and I just really enjoyed it. I wouldn't have paid full price, but there is something I really like about it. This is their Vanilla Creme Brulee, which is actually one of their original creations. It says orange, elemi, cherry, jasmine, cinnamon, sugar, vanilla, amber, cedar, and tonka bean. There is something really addictive to this. If I had to pick something that by memory is similar, I would say kind of reminds me of Vanilla Sex, but I think this is more wearable. More people would like it. A lot of people don't like how almond heavy Vanilla Sex was. This is more like vanilla. Alt's Fireside Marshmallow, which smells like replicas by the fireplace, and it smells so similar. This is even more potent, maybe a little bit more smoky even, but that does kind of die down and then that vanilla comes out. It really is a beautiful fragrance. I didn't get it at first. I hated it the first time I smelled it because it is smoky. Again, I don't love smoky fragrances, but there's something about this one. But seriously, a time and a place, not an everyday wear at all. That's why I've had it for years and I'm only that far through it. I do think these two, the Creme Brulee and this one, mix together really nicely. A vanilla that I love. It's very perfumey, unique, different. Not going to be for everybody, but this is Raghba by Lattafa. A cheapie, but I feel like this smells like money. It smells expensive. You're not going to smell like everybody. It is a little smoky. Not at all like the Fireside at all. Not like that. This has the things they do at the Catholic Church with the smoke. Incense. Wow, my brain totally went blank on that. I get kind of like an incensey soda vibe from this. I really like her. I think she's unique, but I don't think everyone's gonna love it. A cheapie that I think smells really elevated and like it costs a lot more. I think I spent like 20 bucks on this. This is Solinotes Amande and it's an almond themed fragrance. I think almond is the only note technically listed, but there's definitely more going on. Kind of reminds me a bit of Tom Ford Lost Cherry because I do feel like almond can go a bit cherry in scent, and then also there's something really spicy in here, so it works really, really well in the cold weather. Juliette Has a Gun. I hate the name, it's kind of stupid, but this is like a very kind of sensual, sexy fragrance, but not totally in your face. Kind of understated sexy. Like I have other things in my collection that really give vixen vibes. This is more like first date sexy. You're not trying to be too in their face, but you want to get noticed. This has kind of a creaminess to it. I don't know if that's the type of florals, but I also think it's similar to Hypnotic Poison. I actually do like Hypnotic Poison better because there's more vanilla to it, but they're kind of similar. I get kind of that root beer vibe from it. This is like floral root beer. This is Kayali Invite Only. You have to love a spicy fragrance because she's spicy. There is a cherry note in here. I don't get a lot of it. I feel like I get it in kind of a fruity sense, but I don't know if I would instantly smell this and go, oh, cherry. There's also like a boozy feeling to this for sure, an ambery vibe. Sometimes amber can go powdery and I don't get this. I do get a lot of cinnamon, like a lot. I always say this is like a cinnamon broomstick fragrance. Like when you're at the grocery store in the fall time and they're selling the cinnamon broomsticks and it smells so lovely when you walk by, I get a whole lot of spicy cinnamon. So you gotta like that. I love it for this time of year. My favorite way to use this though is to pair with other things. She's not bad on her own, but on her own, a bit unisex, maybe a little bit more unisex than I typically reach for. So I do like to pair this with something else that has a little bit more sweetness to it, but I really do enjoy wearing Invite Only in the cooler months because it makes you feel all warm and cozy. Vanilla 28, we all know her, we love her. She is really more brown sugar than vanilla to me. I do think the name is misleading. I get like a lot of brown sugar, which obviously has a vanilla vibe to it, but I have other things that smell much more vanilla to me. I get a lot of rich brown sugar. She's soft, she's sweet. Really, people enjoy this. I've worn it to work and someone was like, you smell so good. This is a compliment getter. Kind of everybody's gonna like her. I do also really love my 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods, and they do remind me of each other. Vanilla Woods has more pear in it. That is not in this, but in the dry down, they do remind me of each other. So if you already have Vanilla Woods, you don't necessarily need this in your collection. That is my tray. I feel like that's kind of the perfect amount. I have months where I like overstack and then I just don't get to everything. I have months where I understack and then I get bored. I really feel like this is a good variety. I feel like I've got things I can throw in my bag for a night out. I feel like I have things I can pair together. I feel like I have body sprays I can layer with. So this should be a really good and productive month. I'm excited for it. Let me know what you guys are reaching for in the month of November. How is it possible? The holiday season is upon us. I don't know where the time has gone. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and as always, please try to stay positive, because at the end of the day, that is truly all we can try to do. Mwah! I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.